Hi, I'm Quinn, the founder of Infera. I just graduated from university this summer, and yeah, we are building AI glasses. I know, for a small startup team like us, building AI glasses might sound a little crazy. Ever since Google Glasses kicked off the smart glasses 13 years ago, countless companies have rushed in and failed. Even Google itself couldn't really pull it off. And even though today's technology is far more advanced than back then,
Appreciate what makes them special.
AI glasses still look like a game only the giants can offer to play. So, how do we do it? The answer lies in first principles. I know, it sounds like a buzzword you've probably heard 1,000 times, but can you really say you are applying it? Truly following first principle thinking? Think about it. Google deployed a 50-person team, spent 2 years and $1.5 billion on Google Glasses, and the product still vanished without a trace. Later came Ray-Ban Meta, backed by Meta Reality Lab and Essilor Luxottica, with at least a few hundred people working for a year or two, fueled by Reality Lab's annual $10 billion loss. Then there's Rocket Glasses, starting from industrial market and moving into consumers. There's a team ranging from a few dozen to over 100 iterations, with a team ranging from a few dozen to over 100, iterating for years, raising roughly $50 million, with a long research and development cycle. And now, Renew AI Glasses, a newcomer incubated by TCL since 2021. In just a few years, they've thrown in hundreds of engineers, spent over $70 million, gone through multiple iterations, and burned massive resource and time. Now, imagine someone tells you that a team of fresh college graduates with just a fraction of the budget those old money and new giants have burned through. Imagine to build something far beyond their products, and it's set to launch by the end of the year. Won't you be curious what this use edition of smart glasses look like? Or you might ask, what can these glasses actually do? Well, these glasses are built to solve the problem that GPT, Cloud, Gemini, Menas, JustBar, and every other AI product out there still can. So, how exactly did we pull this off? In these episodes to come, we will walk you through how our glasses make this seemingly impossible task a reality. Step by step, follow us, we will let you know. First principle isn't a slogan, it's a surgical knife for the mind. A way of thinking that stripes away superficial layers to get to the absolute essence of a problem. It has only two core rules. First, don't be misled by existing results or flawed assumptions. And second, always question and focus on the problem itself. First principles,
And then
Elon Musk big rockets, right?
To reason from
For decades,
first principles,
the aerospace
rather than by
industry
analogy.
was trapped by a single truth. Rockets are disposable. Every failed launch just reinforced this mental prison. But Musk wasn't intimidated. He went back to the most basic principles of physics and economics to deconstruct the problem. Where does the cost of a rocket actually come from? The answer: research and development and manufacturing, especially the engines and the structure. This means that rockets weren't too expensive to burn. They were too expensive to throw away. Next, look at the physics. Theoretically, if you could precisely control thrust and attitude, a rocket could absolutely slow down and land itself. So, why had everyone else failed? Because their control system, sensors, and algorithm weren't precise enough. So, Musk broke the problem down into its smallest possible units. Can we build an engine with sufficiently precise throttling? Can we write a reliable landing algorithm? can we use cheaper materials to build a structure light enough? And these sub-problems were solved one by one. The answer became obvious. Rockets can be reused, just like airplanes. And then, SpaceX made a rocket land perfectly upright on the globalized broadcast. Last October, I was still a senior in college. I flew nearly 2,000 kilometers away to visit a glass factory. Because if we wanted to bring AI into glasses, first we should have the glasses. After a few visits, I finally met the factory owner and he told me, "Don't make glasses, this is too hard, it takes a lot of the money, a lot of people, and years of research and development." At first, I was intimidated. Back then, to me, this factory owner represented the authority of the whole industry. If he said you couldn't build glasses without huge money and a huge team, then maybe it really was impossible. But then, almost every day, I'd seen clips of Elon Musk pop up on my phone, and every time I thought about first principles. I started asking myself, why does it take so much money? Why does it take so many people? Of course, in the beginning, it was just me, which made things even harder. But luckily, I wasn't alone for long. That's when the influence, our eyeglasses team came together, and together we started asking the real questions. Do you really need that much money? Or more importantly, where exactly does all the money actually go? A friend of ours who also works on AR glasses repeatedly warned us that this field was a bottomless pit for money. During one meeting, we finally had enough and asked him directly, where does all the money go? Okay, my friend, it costs almost $30 million just to get a factory to modify a circuit board. Okay, us. We design our own. Can you even design an 8-layer board? We can design 16 layers. And what about this design? I used to do it for Apple. Okay, but how do you pay the license fee for the Qualcomm AR1 chip? We don't think the AR1 is right for our design. Can you even achieve optical combining? Do you have an optical expert? We have an optical combining PhD on our team. He just graduated this year. Fine, even if you solve all the hardware, what about software integration? You think those cheap companies would just give you the drivers for free? No. Yeah, exactly. So you are completely stuck. We write our own drivers. Yes, we choose the harder path, but it's the path that gives us freedom. We refuse to be held hostage by off-the-shelf modules, expensive license, and rigid supply chain. We choose to go back to the fundamental elements and build every single link with our own hands. This is how we work. In our next videos, we will break down the seemingly impossible task, step by step, and show you exactly how it's done. Follow us, a new era of AI classes is coming, and it will be launched by us by the end of this year. See you next video.